Hello and welcome to the Bluebird Rivals Summer Brawl Premiere. Tonight we'll be covering the league play of Group B. Up first we have Mako up against Max's Rancid Rats, and we're getting straight into it. No hesitation tonight, so we'll be right into the action. As the teams get ready to go. There was some speculation over the team lineup from Mako tonight. They stick to their regular lineup with Cheery, Luna and Morse, and the ever familiar Max's Rancid Rats with Steve, Delusion and Frenzy are all on tonight. As Steve going for an early flip reset, Luna able to take this one to the corner. Bit of an awkward one in the corner as well from Mako, but it should work out. As Cheery hits this one across field. Frenzy's there, cleared easily off the line by Morse. Luna rotates out. This should open up some time for Max's Rancid Rats here as they look to play out from defense. Not quite cut out by Morse as Delusion tried to work one with Steve quick and early, but not quite able to find it. Good demo from Steve. Looked threatening, but does look like Mako will be able to work this one out. Delusion. Now Morse able to get this one over the top. Frenzy will play this onto the backboard. Gets a good flip reset. It's there, and the shot won't come through. It's a good clearance downfield by Luna, opening up the field for Morse with the flick. Saved by Delusion. Frenzy. Now Delusion again up high for this one. Steve is there to drop it down. It is a good block downfield as well from Morse. Now Frenzy panicking in the corner. Morse has an open net to aim at. Finds Cheery. And it is 1-0. Nice play in the corner. Well, unlucky play from Frenzy in the corner. Morse reading the play when needed. Does get called upon to score the first goal. And Mako have the lead. Solid start from them here. A few shaky moments on defense. That worked out in the end. Cheery. Looking for Morse, not quite going to connect. Delusion to the sidewall. Luna's there, shot quick and early. Steve will cut this one off and gets another touch on it. Now looking to dribble it downfield. Gets a few bumps here and there from Mako as Morse lines it up for the center. Delusion puts it up high. Frenzy's there first. Cheery was threatening. Double whiff from the Rats. Opens up the field and Morse takes the shot. Makes it 2-0. Mako getting a good start here. You can see Morse cuts in field. Read a few mistakes from the Rats and really had all the time in the world. Didn't look so much, but in the end, they did. Luna. Looking good for the shot. Ceiling shot. It's just going to hit crossbar. Down and out. Delusion now controlling the ball. Steve. Into the backboard. Was threatening. Cheery made a touch to the sidewall for Luna. This one's back. Shot through the center. And Delusion's there. The shot pulled wide. Cheery. Cut off by Steve. Luna in the midfield to cut this one off yet again. Could get a second touch on this. Doesn't have the boost. Does get a touch in the end. It opens up for a play into the midfield. Not going to be read out by Morse. Is now the shot. It's good, and Mako are running away with this one. 3-0. Nice cut off by Morse, who's really been running this midfield and the attack for Mako at the moment. The Rats can't get out of defense so far, at least. It's been a really good start for Mako. Cheery into the roof. Could get a second touch on this. Tried to block off Frenzy. Now Morse plays it for Luna. The shot going to be blocked by Steve much before the shot could even come to fruition. Frenzy gets blocked and Morse now has a shot. Delusion gets demoed for his trouble. Steve. Now Luna able to slow down the play a little bit. Cheery. The best of touches. This one will float through the midfield. No one pushing early on. Now Luna gets there before Steve, but it's cut off by Frenzy. Good touch by Morse. This is another one. This could be a third, and it is. Morse with the hat-trick. 2 minutes to play in this match. It's really all Mako so far. A 4-0 scoreline looking very good at the first match here. Reminder, it is best of 5 as Luna looking to make it 5. Could drop it into the midfield. Not quite. And it's going to be dribbled out of defense by Steve and now collected by Delusion. A lot of pressure coming through from Mako. As Frenzy looks to play this one around Cheery, not quite. Now Morse. Almost shot in by Cheery. Steve should get this one out downfield. Good control on the dribble, the flick Was saved out by Morse. Delusions there. Doesn't connect. Nothing's really going for the Rats so far tonight. That's a good dunk by Morse. Not able to direct it on target. Double commit from the Rats means that a lot of time on the ball is allowed for Mako. Cut off by Frenzy. Could have a chance for a second. Won't connect. Steve tried to play for the corner. Delusion just sitting back on this one. Cheery. Goes up high. Morse tried to get his fourth of the match. Not quite able to reach it. Good demo. Delusion. Good touch in the backboard, but it almost works out for Mako here. And now Cheery, the shot's going to get pulled wide. Luna, not able to put that one on target either. Morse. Steve. Over to Frenzy. Cleared downfield. 50 seconds remain. Macwood just holding on here. They don't need to really score another goal. They've got everything covered. It would be nice for them to close out game number 1 with a clean sheet. Still plenty of time for the Rats to get something on the board. They'll be looking for that momentum shift for game number 2. Getting something on the board now could get them going for the next matches. That one will just go on in. Delusion gets the goal off 50 in the corner. 2 good 50s lead to this goal. Not the most pretty of plays, but it does work out this time for the Rats. 30 seconds remain. They have to score 3 in that time. It's difficult. Don't think they'll be able to pull it off, but all the momentum that was building for Mako is going to be cut off here, especially as Steve could get another. Steve gets a second touch, and Frenzy went up for it. Won't be able to put that one away. Frenzy on ball gets cut off by Luna. Almost got a fifth there from Morse. Cheery across field. Frenzy under the ball, not quite able to connect, but that should be game number 1 with 5 seconds remaining. Steve may be able to get something else. That was a pre-jump. I think it was Frenzy going up for that one. Doesn't quite work out. Looked good for the majority of that match for Mako. They had, a 1 goal conceded. Very good 50s in the midfield and the corner from Delusion to open up that play for the Rats. But they are only credited with the 1 goal against the 4 from Mako. It's a good start from Mako. And especially, you have to say, Morse has really put on a show for this match. Got 3 of the 4 goals. Got the assist on the other goal that Cheery was able to score. Got the most saves on the side of Mako as well. Everything going his way at the moment. Cheery got the assist and a save himself. Luna more so just taking those shots in the midfield, putting some pressure on. There's a lot of plays in the midfield that really worked out for them. On this side of Max's own Rats, they're still... You never can count them out, but they are looking a bit shaky to start off the night. We'll obviously be able to change over the night in general, but it is going to be a tough one to shake that first 4-1 loss tonight. Game number 2 played on back with Park Knight. That's a nice one. Won't have to burn my eyes looking at this match. Cheery looking to get something early. Frenzy cuts this off. Could get a second touch. Flip reset. Won't be able to get the shot away. The shot was on target, but not a solid shot. Luna downfield. Morse looking to get something on this. It's going to be cleared downfield. Luna catching off a shaky defense. Steve won't make a save, but Cheery just not there. Hitting the crossbar down and out. Cheery. Lost control on the sidewall. We'll leave this for Luna. Doesn't get a connection on it. Play for the Rats. Looking good as Frenzy lays off Delusion. Only as far as Morse. Now Cheery trying to find Morse again. Could get under this. Cheery kept going. Didn't quite get that one going. Delusion. Now Steve gets beat out by Morse. Frenzy. Playing the corner here, not really working out for the Rats at the moment. As now Steve looks to play this one into passerby. Frenzy doesn't get the most delightful of touches. Is now Delusion looking to find Steve. Backball banked there, but Morse just replies with an EU clear. Delusion. Steve. Now Frenzy into the corner. Could drop nicely for Delusion, and Frenzy's there to make it 1-0. An absolutely delightful play from everyone on the Rats here. That shot looks like it would have been crossbar and in, but Frenzy makes sure of it. 138 Ks that looked like. Just having a quick read before the end of the replay there. That's an absolute cracker was speedy off the shot from Delusion, but all the pace from Frenzy, and Frenzy again getting on another Delusion assist. This one more so an assist, I guess. Frenzy actually had to score this one, the last one, not so much. But it is 2-0. The Rats looking to shake off the nerves or the jitters, I guess, from the first game. They're looking good so far. 3 minutes 30 remain. A lot of this game is still on the clock. But the Rats are looking good in the early first minute and a half or so here. As Frenzy could get a third, almost got himself a hat-trick, not quite. Delusion. Mako looking to threaten here. Themselves back into it. Frenzy. Now Steve. Nice control from the two of them. The flick is there. It's going to be a little bit too central. Morse able to easily save that one. Now Luna gets a nice 50. Also a nice dunk, I guess, in the midfield. Opens up the play. But Steve can get this one past. A lot of back and forth action so far. No one really taking control. No one's really camped in either half so far. It's all back and forth. Cherry trying to find Luna, not quite. Delusion gets a 50, but it does look threatening. Luna gets bumped off the ball. Last-ditch effort from, I believe it was Frenzy, getting back on the defense. Instead of going for the save, went for the bump and it works out. Bought enough time for the teammates. That's a pinch going downfield. Steve looking for something on that, but Morse is there first. At 50, Delusion wins that one. Ran out of boost and Cherry got there. Couple of mistakes in the midfield from either team. That opens up the play there. Cherry let Luna take the shot, and Steve will tidy this one up. Morse looking to put more pressure on. Luna not quite connecting with this. Steve looks for Delusion, but it's cut off. Cherry gets a shot on goal, and 2-1. 2 minutes remain in this game. Number 2. Steve had the right idea, but Cherry read it all the way. Got there so much more early than the defense. Just one goal in it now. The team can go on to win this match. In terms of it's Mako, they'll be very happy to get that. Really, they'll be happy to just take the win if they can get something here, but they have to get another 2 goals at least if they want to secure this game and look potentially for the sweep. As Steve plays this onto the backboard, Luna won't connect. Frenzy. Good save by Cherry. Morse was behind him to make a save. Now they're both pulled out of net. Luna doesn't connect. And Delusion makes it 3-1. Great deft touch from Steve. Just dropped that one off for Delusion. That's a cracker as well. Not too much time for Mako to turn this game around now. And the Rats are looking very good this time around. They looked a lot more off in the first game. Just first game vibes, just catching off and feeling what the defense, or the both the offense and defense from the team. That game number 1 is also a very crucial game for either team. Even if you don't win it, it is just get the feel of what the other team's all about, how they play, what members to look out for, what plays to look out for. Game number 2 looking a lot more certain for the Rats. As Steve could dribble this one in, not quite going to find it. Delusion. Blocked off by Morse. Now Steve. Frenzy. Cherry doesn't connect. Steve had a threatening chance on net. It is actually cleared out. 30 seconds remaining. Mako looking for second goal of the game. Wouldn't be too great in terms of getting themselves back into this match. There's very little time, no matter what amount of goals they score here. In 10 seconds, they have to score twice. They have to go to full field to get themselves in a shooting position. And half that time has been dropped down. And that shot's going to be pulled just wide. 1 second remaining. They can't score twice. This game is going to Max's Rented Rats. Not the same scoreline. Mako scored more in their first match, but the Rats do look to turn that one around almost immediately. The Rats looked a lot more solid in that match there. very different feels than the first match. Morse making a lot of saves. He made the most saves from Mako in the first game. Did so in the second game as well. Morse looking very solid so far. In terms of the Rats, Frenzy definitely set this game up. Especially with those 2 goals. Didn't get too much else. Still was 50% score accuracy from Frenzy. As we load into game number 3 here. No one winning just yet. Both tied up yet again. Everyone's in for game number 3 on the Utopia Coliseum. As we get underway for game number 3, 5 minutes on the clock. See who can take the lead in this series, potentially get themselves ready for a 3-1 series. Whoever wins here will definitely want to get for that 3-1 as Morse gets an early goal. And Morse is the most threatening in the first game, the most saves in the second game. And they're back on offense. Morse able to get themselves the first goal within the opening 7 seconds. Delusion. Looking for Steve. Cherry cuts this one off. The Rats pushed quite far out of defense. Frenzy gets beaten by Luna. Now Morse was there. Delusion double touch in the corner. Morse for Luna. Looking for Cherry. It's there. The shot. It's good, but it's going to be a save by Delusion. Not the second time around, and Luna gets a 2-0 lead here for Mako. That shot actually was going in off crossbar, I reckon. It was a very nice shot, very nice play all up. Looked very, very solid there. Did force Delusion into a save. 2-0 lead. So far it's been very one-sided in all these games. Doesn't matter what team it is, but one side just seems to run away with the game, and Mako are looking for that in this third matchup. Not quite able to get. I think it was a flick reset Luna was aiming for there. Luna gets a save. That's Cherry. Delusion goes past them. Good flick up into the corner. Gets another on it. It could fall for Luna. Just going to be pulled just too high. There's Morse looking to control this one. Frenzy. Try to breezy that one out of corner. As Delusion gets there first, and the shot. Didn't expect it to go on target off. I think it was a bit of a pull shot there from Delusion to work that one out, as Delusion now on the ball yet again, drops it for Steve. Luna gets a 50 on Frenzy. Frenzy does win this one out. Steve. Now Delusion. Into corner. Steve is there. Cherry there first. Now Frenzy. Blocked off by Morse. A lot of shaky defense at the moment. Nice clearance by Cherry from the midfield. The Rats probably missed their best chance of the match so far to get themselves on the leaderboard. As now Steve puts this onto the backboard. It's there for Frenzy. Could drop in for Delusion. The shot going to be just too slow, and Morse able to make the save. Steve puts the pass across the net. No one there from the Rats. Delusion. Frenzy. Now Steve. Good 50 into the corner. Morse. Delusion. Morse again drops it for Cherry. The shot's just going to go too wide there. Now Frenzy looking to get back on the counter. Could almost 50 this one into the top bins. Not quite. It is going to be a follow-up shot from Steve. And we do have a goal there from the Rats to get back within one. Frenzy set up for a breezy. Just got the 50 in the end. Nice bouncer of a shot from Steve. No chance for Morse or Cherry there. That was a very interesting choice by Frenzy. Definitely worked out. It was a great play in the end for the Rats. It's not quite what I expected, though. I haven't seen that before. Is now Frenzy could get a flip reset. Frenzy keeps going. The shot's going to be saved by Morse, who now collects that Savior medal. Racking up saves in every game so far, but can't get that one. Morse pulled out of defense. Not too sure he was left on defense. I think it was Cheery. Didn't get to this one quick enough. Off a great pass from Delusion. Finds Frenzy, and that teamwork is really paying off for them right now. Frenzy. Demo there on Morse. His Delusion will play this one downfield. Into corner. Steve. Frenzy double commit to this one. Morse has a bit of time. Uses too much of it, and Delusion gets a good 50. Gets a good second touch on this. Steve tries to put that central for Frenzy. To the sidewall. Steve was waiting for the backboard play. That could just go in. Delusion turned out, and Luna gets a goal. I think it came off a defender. I believe it was off Frenzy to gain a lot of that pace. 146 Ks. An absolute bagger off an own goal, you'd have to say. Wasn't on target until it hit the defender. And 3-2, Mako take the lead here. Cheery gets on the end of a Morse pass one. Put that one away. Morse into the center. Luna. Play it Frenzy. Now Steve. Delusion. This one pops up. Morse there. Now Cheery. Won't connect with that. Cheery. Again. To corner. Delusion will make a clearance downfield. Frenzy. Now Luna into corner. Frenzy plays into the midfield. Morse into corner yet again. Delusion building up some pressure here for the Rats. It is broken and Morse can play this one for a teammate. Cheery now. Luna will push this one. 30 seconds remain. Mako are looking good to take game number 3 here. Now Cheery. Delusion. Build up play here from the Rats. Steve for Delusion won't quite get the touch away for Frenzy. This will be the last chance for the Rats if they can get this one going. But with 10 seconds remaining, bit of backflip from Delusion could work out for Mako. Good 50, Steve. This one should stay up alive. Steve looking to locate Frenzy onto the backboard. And Luna's there first. Steve now for Delusion. And it's going to be cleared away by Morse. He should let this one touch. Does so. And Mako take game number 3. Looking very good in this match. They looked good in their loss earlier on in the last match, but it's really just looking solid from this team. You've got to credit Morse. 4 saves, 1 goal. And so far kept up the 50% shooting accuracy from Morse in at least the 2 wins so far tonight. Very good play from Mako. That 1 goal, the difference. The own goal that Luna got credited with. As we do head on to game number 4. This could be the game for Mako to take it out. We are on Urban Central. Kickoff here goes in favour of Mako. Morse looking to get on this one early. Cheery taking this one up the wall, cut off by Steve. That one was a roller, would have gone in had not been blocked off. Frenzy will be there first. Now Luna. Delusion. That's a misplay, and it's going to be an own goal. I don't know if Cheery got the touch onto the defender, but I'm pretty sure Steve own goaled this one. Yeah, Cheery gets the 50 on Frenzy, goes back into the goal. Mako get themselves on the board first here in game number 4. Last winning goal from Mako was an own goal. Will this one be a winning goal as well? As Frenzy looks to get the shot away. Steve will whiff this one. Delusion has boost to use. 50 in the midfield. Now Cheery. Steve cuts it off. The dribble. 45-degree flick. And it's almost there for Delusion. Demo on Frenzy by Cheery. Steve will cut in midfield. Put a lot of pressure on. It was a great choice by Steve. In reality, just wasn't able to make the most of it as Morse Looking to counter on a whiff. Once again. Now finding Luna, who doesn't get the shot away. Cheery. Trying to get a double. Steve is there first. We'll let this one go for Frenzy. 50 underneath. And more own goals at this time. We've seen 3 own goals in 4 games. I'm pretty sure this was an own goal. It was, yeah, got bumped into it by Frenzy. We've seen 3 of them now. This time not against the Rats, which they'll be happy about. This has been a pretty interesting series. I think they've switched teams now. Frenzy looked threatening on his own net. Now Steve for Delusion. Frenzy's up for this one, not going to get there first. And Luna in corner will control this one downfield. Nice control on the ball. Gets past Steve. Won't fall for Cheery, but Cheery does get the 50. Frenzy's there. Now finds Steve onto the backboard. Look threatening. Luna does get the Savior medal for this match. Frenzy. Now Morse making it awkward. And Steve there with the shot, just a bit too soft. Delusion. Best touch in the midfield does make it work out in the end. Steve. Over the top of 2. Only has to go past 1 more. The shot pulled wide. Morse. Over Frenzy. Nice control off the ceiling. And it's going to be just knocked in. I don't know what I would have done if that went off Tyrion into the goal there. And now Delusion will make it 2-1. The Rats turn this game around after an unfortunate own goal that was equalised by an unfortunate own goal has been scored by a normal shot from Delusion here, which I think most people will be thankful for, although some might not be. Some people just like to watch the world burn. There's Frenzy. Tries to play this one center. Morse will clear this one away. Good setup. It was 50, I don't think it was. There was no challenge by the look of it as Luna keeping the pressure alive. Delusion forced to go high. And now Frenzy for Steve. Into corner. Cheery. Luna. Delusion, nice control over the top. Well, underneath one, Morse forced into a save here. He really likes racking up these saves as Luna. Downfield Steve looking to get behind this ball. Delusion. Now Frenzy. The shot. Saved by Cheery. Delusion. Now Steve. Back to Delusion. Working the plays here. Not quite going to find it. Cheery. Now Steve. A lot of plays breaking down too early here. Nothing really working for either team at the moment as Luna looking to get something from this play. Does locate Cheery. Not the best of touches. And Frenzy able to 50 this one in corner. Morse. And cleared eventually by Steve. And this is what I'm talking about. All these plays are just breaking down before they could even get started. Good demo. Steve was still in position. Won't be able to finish that one. Nice fake around Cheery. Looking for the dribble for Frenzy. But Morse will cut it off. Luna. Frenzy. Delusion. Gonna pull the shot just wide. Luna continues with the dribble. Gets over the top of Frenzy. Delusion's there first. 44 seconds remain. That was a threatening pass from Morse. Just cut off by Steve. Good pinch shot from the Rats. Won't work out here. That Delusion. Delusion again. Getting on this one. Looking to play forward. Has a bit of time to work it for himself. Almost forced an own goal from Cheery. Would have been probably the suitable way to end game 4. As Cheery now locates Morse, but just can't put the shot. And Delusion gets the save. Now Luna for Cheery. Frenzy's there. Pressure building in the corner, but the Rats on control. And just lets this one touch. No, it does go up. Steve is there first. Over, I believe it was Luna, now Delusion. Everyone committed far forward from the Rats. It was dangerous. There was, well, if there was a chance to make her, that would have been dangerous. But there wasn't. And the Rats take us to a game 5 here. Morse not collecting that MVP award for Mako for the first time this series. Luna grabbing 5 saves. Good work rate on defense. Overall, there was 10 shots from the Rats, and most of them were saved. It was, by the look of it, it was 8 saved. So the 2 that weren't saved goes in for Max's Rancher Rats. Just a lot more accurate by the seams of it than Mako were able to pull off tonight in that in that 4th match, more like, as we do find ourselves on Champions Field for game number 5 here. As we do get underway, we've traded blows so far this series, and now the Rats looking to cut off that, I guess, pattern of games. Luna cuts this one in. The shot's just not going to go in. Delusion stretches for the save. I didn't think he had it, but he did. Now Luna on control yet again, bringing a lot more ones plays so far in the early moments of game number 5. Luna, Delusion. Now Frenzy, that's a good demo by Morse on Steve. Allows a lot of time for Mako as Luna hits this one. Cheery's up for it, won't connect. Does keep going. Up high, Frenzy will clear this one. Past Luna, Steve gets a good block underneath, and now Cheery gets demoed for his troubles. Mako do end up able to get this one out of half. Good 50. Steve. Morse gets blocked off by Steve yet again. Now Luna looking for Cheery. The shot, it's there. Delusion leaves it for Steve to make the save. Luna cutting infield again. Seen that a couple times this match. It almost worked out the first time, not so much the second. As Steve plays this across for Delusion. The fake almost worked out, but Morse had followed his teammate in concern for that fake. Frenzy now with an edgeable. Underneath Morse, cleared by Cheery into Morse himself. But now Luna tries to get a block on Delusion, won't find it. Double commit from Mako. They do work it out before they both fully commit. Cheery doesn't connect. Forces Frenzy into an awkward play. It's a flip reset, and 50 on Steve by Morse, who keeps going. Probably should have played that one a bit tighter to his chest instead of just laying it off for Delusion. A lot of pressure coming out early from Mako. The Rats have barely gotten out of half in the first 2 minutes, but they do now. Frenzy, good 50. Steve should drop this one into the center. Morse on the edge, dribble, caught enough time. And we'll keep going for this one. Gets over the top of Delusion. And now Cheery looking threatening. There's a demo. Steve had to get back on defense. Did so quick enough. Morse. Block on Delusion. It's almost there, but not quite in for Mako, as now the Rats go back the other way. Cheery. Now Steve. Frenzy's there. Going to be blocked off by Morse, and Delusion. Shot pulled over the net. Luna. Delusion goes underneath. Now Cheery. Blocked off by Steve. Demo chasing by Delusion. Almost works out, but Morse doesn't quite get demoed. Kept going. And now puts the pressure back on the Rats. Cheery's there. The shot off the crossbar. Luna to follow through. Saved by Steve, who gets a good clearance out now. Morse. Going to be cut off by Delusion. Now Luna. And Steve there for the shot. It's going to go just high. Frenzy has quite an open net to aim at. Luna's there, but the 50 is good. Frenzy makes it 1-0, just pushes it all the way in. Luna avoided the first little bump there, tried to get a second, but the 50 from Frenzy was just too heavy and gets that one pushed over the line. The Rats have the lead in game number 5. Steve, 50 on Morse, opens up for Steve. And he's got a block by Cheery. Now Delusion won't connect. Actually, it does connect on the second. Looked like it was all but done there. And now Frenzy has an open net to aim out, and it goes in. 2-0. He grabs the second of the match. And Frenzy had all the net to aim at. Didn't make a mistake there. Minute 17 remains in Game 5. The Rats look to have changed up the script. Not following the pattern anymore by the looks of it, as Luna goes up for this one, won't connect. Morse is there. Delusion gets the save. Does pick up the savior medal for himself. Cheery. Blocked off by Frenzy. He could go for a flip reset. Does go early and try to play it into the Delusion. Now Steve, saved by Luna. Use that second double jump, or use the double jump to get up to that one. Now Morse with the save. Steve is there. The Rats just holding the pressure. That's a bit of a mistake, as Cheery could dribble this one. Going to be blocked off by Steve. 30 seconds remain on the clock. And the Rats look set to take this match here. But Morse has other ideas. He's been popping up every time he's needed so far this series for Mako. And he pops up again in a time of need. Cheery gets a good 50. And Morse just has to get it around the last defender and does so. "20 seconds for Mako to get themselves on the board. Went for a demo. Cheery trying to go underneath. Could keep going. Steve controls this one over the top. That should buy enough time for the Rats to take this series as Cheery lays it off. And cut off by Frenzy. Now Luna puts it up by 6 remaining. Cheery. Steve is there. Gets there first over Morse. Just needs to touch the ground. And it's going to go up high. Cheery could keep it alive, but it's only going to go to Steve. No, Morse is there. Steve's close to this one. Could be kept alive. It is, but not for long. And Max is rancid. Rats take the series in a Game 5. Goes back and forth. Trading blows. And there you have it. Max is rancid. Rats take the first game tonight on stream. We'll be able to put that one away. It was threatening in the end for Mako. They had their chances. Just weren't able to get too many shots away at the end. They had plenty of shots throughout the match, but when they really started putting the pressure on, they didn't get enough shots around. With that being said, that is the first match tonight. Max's Rancid Rats take the series 3-2 over Mako. Good series back and forth between the two teams. But there you have it. The Rats do take the first match tonight in the Summer Brawl Premier. This is League Play in Group B. I've been Monty, and I'll catch you in the next match, which I do believe is the Rats up against Hazard. See you soon.